You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome, everyone, all of you fur parents out there. I have a great show, a guest that I always love having on Best Bets for Pets. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's hard to find time for your furry family member. That's where Camp Bow Wow comes in. All-day play and overnight camp, daycare and boarding for dogs. Everything is included. Large play areas for fun and exercise. Spacious cabins, comfy cots, even live camper cams to watch from a computer or smartphone. Camp Bow Wow offers the best care and is the place to go where a dog can be a dog. For locations and more information, visit campbowwow.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. In case you didn't know, this is Michelle Fern, and this is Best Bets for Pets on Pet Life Radio. I'd like to introduce my guest, Paul Armstrong. He is the president, owner, founder, does it all man at Earthbath, which is an amazing company with a great line of products. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you very much for having me back, Michelle. Always a pleasure.
I love your products. And when I put the call out, I wanted to do something dental. You know, I got a message from your PR person, Earthbath has a dental product. And I just thought, okay, let's do it. So, Paul, before we get into your dental products, tell people that maybe, the few that maybe may not know about Earthbath, what is your line about?
Thanks, Michelle. Well, Earthbath is a full line of totally natural grooming products for pets, and it ranges the gamut from being highly effective to being highly convenient. Highly effective would be our full line of needs-based shampoos. I think we have 16 different shampoos to try and solve every need a pet may have, from itching to sensitive skin to hot spots to extra conditioning and whatnot. Then we have between bath sprays, which you use in between baths. And then we have wipes, which are highly convenient, maybe less effective than a shampoo. Those are for touch-up in between baths. And then we have specialty wipes, which include ear wipes, eye wipes, facial wipes, and dental wipes. And that's, I guess, what we're here to talk about today.
We're going to get to the dental wipes in a section, but this is a shout out to Jetson, who's a little puppy of a friend of mine. And I wanted to ask about this. He has doggy dandruff, which a lot of dogs do, you know, with sensitive skin or certain times of the year. And can you use people shampoo for dandruff, or is that too harsh?
You know, that's a really frequent question, and the answer is you should not use human shampoo, you should use dog shampoo. And the reason being that a quality dog shampoo manufacturer is going to pH balance the shampoo to be similar to the pH of a dog's skin. Because if you match the pH of the skin, then what you're doing is essentially creating what is called gentleness. So there's no reactivity, if you will. pH is, to think about pH, it's like thinking about magnets. So if you have a negative magnet and a positive magnet, they're going to attract. If you have a positive pH number and a negative pH number, there's going to be some kind of interaction. And if you have skin pH of, let's say, 6.5 and shampoo pH of 6.5, the skin is indifferent to whatever is going on to it. So that's how we define gentleness. So therefore, your little friend would want to use probably a puppy shampoo. And in the Earthbath line, we actually just recently introduced a fragrance-free oatmeal shampoo. So oatmeal is really, really good for reducing itchy, flaky skin. And since puppies have extra sensitive skin in the first place, using something without fragrance on it, or just a light fragrance, like what would be, say, in our puppy shampoo, is something that would be extra gentle and help the dog stop having that flaky, itchy skin.
Great explanation. Just another quick question. For people that are listening that have said, they might say, well, I've already used, like this dandruff shampoo on my dog. Seems okay. But like you said, the pH balance, are there any, future negatives about that? Or could it cause hot spots?
Well, yeah, if using human shampoo actually can potentially irritate a dog's skin, as I was talking about, having something that is not really targeted at the dog's skin pH level is going to, I'm not going to say irritate it, but the skin will know that, something is different. So you definitely want to try and match the dog's, pH. If people insist on using human shampoo, which some people do, what we would recommend is that they dilute it highly with water, because that's actually going to help the shampoo become more neutral, if you will, in its pH, and more gentle, if you will.
Okay. All right, Jetson, I'll make sure you hear that and make sure that you give a listen. So let's talk about dental wipes. And the reason I am all about dental right now is because Mr. Z is an old dude. He just turned 11. He just had his last dental. I have a wonderful vet. Like all vets, they're all good vets. They're careful, when they dogs, before they do the deep, the real dental where they have to, put the dog under, they do the blood work and so forth. But he's 11. I don't want to do another dental at 12. I'm just not. And when I brush his teeth, it's usually, you would think I was, I don't know, like poking needles at him or something. So I have to find a better way because, as I told the vet, it's both of us that's the problem. It's the dog mom, fur mom, which is me, and Mr. Z, who both hate brushing teeth when it comes to his teeth. Now, the dental wipes that I tried were way, way easier. So what is the difference and how effective are the dental wipes? Can you use them in place of brushing or along with it?
I would actually suggest that you use the wipes along with brushing. Just like anything, a brush has a mildly abrasive nature to it, and that's going to help kind of knock off some of the plaque and residual food that gets stuck, in between the teeth and gums. Just, think about your own brushing behavior, right? It's just, there's stuff that gets in between your teeth that you really want to make sure to get out. This being said, if you use our dental wipes on a regular basis, you're going to be able to reduce the number of times that you're actually going to have to go in and brush. The reason being that we have the wipe itself in our dental wipes has a little bit of a texture and a tactile nature to it. So that's going to help kind of scrape off whatever stuff, whatever plaque and residual food is on the teeth and around the gums. We use baking soda and a couple other really mild natural ingredients, and that actually will help take off that plaque and food and whatnot. Just as, it's quite common to see baking soda in human shampoos. In human toothpaste, excuse me.
I know. Sorry. We did on shampoo, but, it was right on my mind, and I thought, you're so busy, I thought I have your attention for a little bit. Let me just ask about this shampoo thing. But I think also the wipes are good because it says, I don't believe that can't teach an old dog new tricks. So that's one. But it also, I think, gets him used to my finger in his mouth, something in his mouth besides a brush. I think it's a great way to introduce your fur kid to brushing as well.
Michelle, you're really onto something there because as we were talking about, when you told your vet that it's a challenge for both you and the dog to go through this brushing behavior, and so you don't do it very often. But if you have a tooth and gum wipe regimen, maybe, twice a week, 3 times a week, if you will, it's going to get your dog totally used to that behavior of having something in its mouth, and it can become a pleasant experience because the dog gets this nice sort of minty fresh, mouth that feels good. And if you're properly stroking the dog, just make sure that you're saying nice things or talking in a soothing voice or saying, good dog, and make sure afterwards you give your dog a treat. The behavior becomes something the dog will look forward to. And then every now and again when you have to go in and actually do that brushing, just to, make sure that you're following up and keeping on a healthy tooth and gum regimen with periodic brushing. It'll just be all that much easier next time.
Yeah, I have to get on the ball because he can't brush his own teeth. So it's, I take full blame, folks. I have to get on it. It's just he hates it so much. But he didn't mind the wipe, which thought I have hope with this. Now, can you also, how they say that you can, your human people, you could brush your tongue. Can you run the wipe on top of their tongue where maybe, their tongues like people's tongues where their bacteria is or is that just...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. The solution is actually made, to be ingested. So it's 100% safe for ingestion. And with the texture of the wipe and also, the mild cleansing ingredient in the wipe formula, wiping the tongue is actually going to take off some of that, residual bacteria and stuff that sits there.
We'll have another dental show somewhere down the line, folks, and I'll give you an update, but I'm going to get him on a regimen, on a system. Now, does Earthbath have a toothpaste out yet?
We don't have a toothpaste out yet, no. It's something that we've looked into. What's most likely coming from Earthbath is going to be a water supplement that will have some antioxidants and other things that will help with tooth and gum care and also, be nutritious for the dog.
Now, the tooth wipes are good for dogs and cats, puppies and kittens. What would you do the same system for your kitten or your cat as far as putting your finger in with the wipe, or is there another way to do it?
Well, cats they say they move to the beat of a different drummer. Certainly, it is possible to wipe cats' teeth down. It takes probably a bit more patience and certainly a lot more courage, but It is possible. And you just need to be really gentle with the cat, and it's really what you need to do is sort of get your finger deeper into the cat's mouth, if you will, so that the cat has less muscular leverage to be able to clamp down on your hand. You're going to kind of need to pull the cat's jaw open a bit and be quick.
Well, okay, for those of you with courage, go ahead and use this on your cat's mouth. I think if you have a kitten, they're really small teeth, and it might be better, but I'm worried about Mr. Z for now. So, Paul, Earthbath has a wealth of products. Where can people find out more about them?
Best place to go is www.earthbath.com. There we have a whole product section. There's also a store locator on the front page. You can put in your area code or your zip code or your city, and that'll take you to a little, mom and pop pet specialty store in your neighborhood. We're also available at Petco, and I would suggest that's a great way to find out about all our stuff. We also have a Facebook page with over 30,000 people. It's a great place to get information about healthy dog care. There's not really an awful lot of information about Earthbath, but there is certainly tons of information about how to, help keep your dog healthy. And it talks about different times of the year and skin care when it gets hot or cold, and et cetera, et cetera. It's really a great place.
Paul, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets. I appreciate it so much. Love your products. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks to your listeners, and happy sudsing.
I'd like to thank Paul from Earthbath for coming on Best Bets for Pets. He is always a wealth of information. Earthbath makes great products. I've never had a product from them that I didn't love. So I highly recommend them, even though it's not we're more of a review show, but there's some I just can't help gushing about. I'd like to thank Mr. Z for testing out the dental wipes. I'd like to thank Mark Winter for making me and my guests sound great. And for all the listeners out there, thank you so much for listening. Anybody with dental questions or anything like that, please send an email, michelle@petliferadio.com. Keep listening. We'll be back with a lot more great shows.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.